For part 2 of the bone video, we are going to be moving on to the appendicular skeleton. So we are going to start with the pectoral girdle, which consists of the clavicle bone and the scapula, this bone back here. For the clavicle bone, we have the acromial end, which is this part here, and we have the sternal end, which is this section over here. For the scapula, we have the coracoid process, which is this section up here. We have the subscapular fossa, which is this flat area here. We have the glenoid cavity, which is this part over here. We have the spine, which is right here, and this attaches to the acromion right here. We have the supraspinous fossa, which is this area up here. We have the infraspinous fossa below the spine here. We have the sternoclavicular joint, which is this part right here where the sternum and the clavicle meet. And the acromioclavicular joint is this area right here where the clavicle and the acromion meet. Moving on to the arm, we have the humerus, which is this long bone here. We have the head of the humerus, which is right here. We have the greater and the lesser tubercle. The deltoid tuberosity is in this region right here. The medial epicondyle is here. Lateral epicondyle is over here. Coronoid fossa is this area right here. And what goes in there is the coronoid process of the ulna. The capitulum is right here. And this articulates with the radius bone. The trochlea is right here. And this articulates with the ulna bone. The olecranian fossa can be seen posteriorly, right here. And this is the area where the olecranon goes. Next we have the forearm. We have the ulna. The olecranon can be seen right here. The coronoid process is up here. The styloid process is right here. The radius is right here. The head of the radius is right here. The radial tuberosity is right here. And the styloid process is right here. Moving on to the carpus, we have the proximal row, lateral to medial. We have the scaphoid, the lunate, the triquetral, the pisiform, the distal row, lateral to medial. We have the trapezium, the trapezoid, the capitate, and the hamate. The radius is the lateral bone of the forearm that articulates with the carpals to form part of the wrist joint, and the metacarpal of the pollex, or the thumb, forms a joint with the trapezium, and the metacarpals are right here, and the phalanges are these here. Moving on to the pelvic girdle, which consists of the coxal bones, which are 3 bones that fuse together during development of the skeleton to form the coxal bone, and those 3 bones are the ilium, the ischium, and the pubis. The ilium would be right here, the pubis would be here, and the ischium would be here, forming this coxal or hip bone. So starting with the acetabulum, that is right here where the socket is, pubic symphysis, is right here. The obturator foramen is this hole right here. The iliac crest, this right here. The anterior superior iliac spine is this right here. The iliac fossa is right here. The greater sciatic notch right here. The ischiospine is this pointy part here. And the ischial turbosity is this part right here. Moving on to the femur, which is this long bone here. We have the head of the femur here, the greater trochanter, and the lesser trochanter you can see here on the posterior side. The abductor tubercle is right here, and the medial epicondyle is here. The lateral epicondyle is here. The medial condyle is here. The lateral condyle is here. The patella is here. Moving on to the tibia and the fibula. The fibula is this long bone here, and the tibia is this long bone here. The medial condyle of the tibia is here, and the lateral condyle of the tibia is here. The tibial turbosity is right here. The medial malleus is right here. The proximal and distal tibiofibular joints, the proximal here and the distal here. The head of the fibula is right here. The lateral malleolus of the fibula is here. Moving on to the tarsus, we have the medial, the intermediate, the lateral cuneiform, the cuboid, the navicular, the talus, and the calcaneus. The talus here articulates with the tibia and the fibula and with the calcaneus. The metatarsals are here, and the phalanges are here, and the hallux is the big toe here.